Y'all get on in here because I went down the Dr. Umar rabbit hole just a little bit. I just stuck my head in there. I didn't go all the way down because it's just too much surrounding this situation with Dr. Umar. But I see it all over social media, and I'm sure you guys do as well, for those who know who he is. And this man, in my opinion, is a scam artist. And everything in this video is alleged. These are my personal opinions. He has a lien for auction for unpaid vacant property registration fees. And it's being said that he owed $40,000 and he's trying to raise money, and he's doing these lives all over social media trying to get people to donate and send money. At the same time, he's saying that his bank accounts was froze or shut down. He's going back and forth with that, so I don't know which one it is. But he's saying that he needs these funds and that he's been trying to rectify this situation since April of this year. And all of a sudden, here come August, and they're just going to put a lien on his property and take the properties from him if he don't pay these fees by August 25th. And that is a lie. Now, that's probably true, but what I'm saying is a lie is the part of him acting as if he didn't know he had these fees on those properties, because this is not just some fee that came out of the blue and it's all of a sudden a $40,000 bill that you have to pay. When he obtained this property and when he registered this property in 2020, he known since then that he have these yearly annual registration fees for that property. And this is something he been know about. This is not new. He's trying to act like he didn't know anything about it. The problem is he have not paid those fees. Every year he has let those fees accumulate and stack up. So he's online making people believe that he had no idea that these fees existed, or they just came out of the blue trying to take his properties from him. But this is public information and you guys can go look this up. He already knew about these fees. He was supposed to pay these fees every single year and he did not. But yet he's been collecting donations from you guys and was not using the money towards the expenses that he should have been spending the money on. The fees go up every year. I believe it starts at $500, then $1,500, then $3,500. Every year it goes up. It's up to $5,000 a year once you reach year 5 or something like that. And because he have two properties, because there's two addresses listed under his nonprofit, he has to pay double the fees. So this is why his fees is so high. He's trying to make it seem like he didn't know anything about it and that this is something new and they just taking his property, and he's saying get ready for the protest. What protest? I need these. Look, it's sad, and I know it's people that's going to ride for him, because once people get to following someone and they start believing them, you can't tell them anything, okay? And I get it. But people are going to have to start waking up, okay? Didn't your elders, grandmother, granddaddy, mother, somebody teach you to use your discernment? Like, I looked at him from day one and knew that someone right about this man, okay? And that's my personal opinion. I don't see how he was able to pour wool over y'all ass for so long. So many people has sent in donations and they asking where's the school and this and that and the other. Another thing, in my opinion, if someone is doing something like that, they should be showing you progress of the project. So even if they're not doing monthly updates to show you where they're at and the progress of whatever project they working on, he could do quarterly updates to show you guys and walk through and show contractors or whatever it is, paperwork, expenses, something to prove that he was heading in the right direction with the money that was being donated to him. And I've never seen that. I've only seen a couple things before. I don't really keep up with this guy because I knew it was BS in the game, but from what I've seen, it don't seem like he has done that. So I don't know why people has supported him for so long on something with no proof that he's even working on that. He continues to flaunt y'all money in y'all face, because from what I do see is he do a lot of traveling and things like that, and he's he did a lot of vacationing with y'all money. That's what it seemed like, okay? Then another thing I was able to find, and I found quite a few things, you guys, but it's so much that I'll be all day trying to show you guys paperwork, screenshots, and things like that. So I'm not going to do too much. You guys can go do your own digging if you want to. It's public information. You can find out information on his tax reporting and things like that when it comes to this non-for-profit organization that he got. Okay, and then he's sitting here, before I show you the screenshot, I just want to say he's sitting here telling you guys that his bank accounts are froze, his business bank accounts and personal account or whatever. For one, he's not supposed to have any donation money in a personal account at all, period. Anyway, okay? So he said his personal accounts are froze that he had since he was young and this and that and the other. That would be a personal account. It would not be an account under this nonprofit organization in the first place, which means that you're putting donations in that personal bank account, which is something you're not supposed to be doing. And then how you're still asking for donations when if your bank account is froze, where the donations supposed to go? Because the way he's talking is if he only bank with one bank and this is the only account he have or the only two accounts he have. He said it's his personal account and his FDMG account, whatever it is that's connected to his nonprofit. He said both of them are froze. Well, why you study on live and you're not in that bank? To prove to your people that this really is going on, you will be recording yourself in the bank, sitting down with a banker, finding out what's going on. You're not, or getting a attorney or something. They're not going to just freeze your account for no reason. See, what he's doing, he's laying a foundation to beg. That's what he did. He started weeks ago, and now the begging is coming. He laid a foundation to look like it's some fraud or something going on with his account, and that all this stuff happening. And then, ain't it funny, like right after Tasha K did that interview with his ex-girlfriend or the woman who had a relationship with him, and that lady exposed all this stuff during the same time this lady came out to the public and started exposing him. He started acting like all these things are going on, and it's like he's trying to keep the attention off what that lady said. I watched that interview Tasha K did with that woman a couple days ago, and she revealed a lot of stuff. She said everything about him is a lie, and she revealed how he lived and a whole lot of things. Not saying that everything she said is true, but I'm sorry, I believe it. So I don't know how people are being scammed, but let me show you guys this screenshot that I did take to show you what's going on. So this is basically his reporting, his tax reporting with the IRS for the last 5 years, last 5 years since 2020. And as you can see, when he first reported he had assets of, or he reported that he had assets of $518,000. So I'm guessing that he bought the property before he actually got the nonprofit organization established. And so he reported it on his first year of filing. Okay. And then the next year, and hold on, before I move on, but you see in 2020 where it's a contributions reported, that will be the donations that you guys are giving him, and he put 0. So you mean to tell me y'all didn't give him none in 2020? Because from what I'm hearing, he's been collecting donations every single year, but he did not report that in 2020. He didn't report any funds. Okay. Then in 2021, he reported $116,000 in donations and expenses of $75,000 with a net assets of $650,000. So with the expenses of $75,000, he should have roughly like $40,000 left over that he's supposed to put towards that school, if that's what he's saying he made, or that he was contributed to his project, right? Then the next year, 2022, he the only thing he report is his assets. Once again, he does not report any contributions or expenses. So you mean to tell me you're still holding on to if I'm doing my math right, 30, 35, 40, about $40,000 in contributions from 2021. You carried over there to 2022 and you didn't spend a dime. You didn't spend anything on the school. No expenses or anything. And you did not get contributions. Then in 2023, you reported that you got $204,000 in contributions, but you didn't spend anything. You didn't have any expenses. Because see, the money that y'all donate to him, and under the law with nonprofits, the money only is supposed to go towards that project. It's not for personal use. You can't just go on vacations, paying for your own personal bills, credit cards, none of that by law. So where's that $204,000, and where is the rest that was left over from that $116,000? So you should have somewhere around $244,000 sitting in an account somewhere, okay? And he also said in 2023, no expenses. And as you can see, he's saying that his assets was 640. I'm trying to see, yeah, 640,000. It's small, y'all, so I'm trying to see it. Then in 2024, again, he didn't report anything, and then his assets actually went down a little bit to 634,000. But you're not reporting any expenses or contributions, even though it's being said. I don't know how true it is. I don't keep your balance book or none of that, so I don't know who contributed what. But it's being said all over that he's constantly receiving contributions, and I have seen him several times on social media asking for money and PayPals and things like that. So I'm sure he's getting those contributions every year, but he's not reporting them. And now he's trying to say the bank accounts are froze. So you mean to tell me that out of all the money y'all done donated to him since 2020, only expenses he had was $75,000 out of all the money that he received? So he only spent $75,000 towards that school from 2020 to now, and he's not even reporting the contributions that was given to him. See, what's gonna end up happening is the IRS gonna get on his ASS. Okay, that's what's gonna end up happening, because these gaps in income and you're not reporting the expenses and where the money is going, which you are required to do by law. That's going to make them look at you. Because you already come out the blue in 2020 with a net asset of $518,000 with no paperwork or nothing to show how you even got that large asset in the first place, okay? Because you wasn't reporting that before 2020, from what I see, and it's not set in stone, that he didn't report any of the income or donations he was receiving before 2020. So you just came straight in with a large asset that is extremely large when you have no proof of where the money came from, okay? And then out of 5 years, you only reported contributions 2 years, and there is no expenses to show where that money went except for 1 year of $75,000. So out of $320,000 in total that you actually did report in the last 5 years, you only spent $75,000. So where's the rest of that money? You should still have $200 and some thousand left, sir. And then a business bank account, well, any bank, and I'm gonna assume that he's not with a small bank. I'm gonna assume that he's with, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, something like that. You would think, okay, or a credit union, somebody, okay. I don't think they're gonna just hold your money like that, especially under a business bank account. I have a business bank account and have for several years. It don't work like that. They know you need access to your funds and things like that. And he said that he talked to them and asked them, is it any fraudulent investigation on my part, or is it something else that happened? And he said they told him, oh no, it's nothing to do with you. It was because someone else was trying to access your account. And so we're investigating it. Okay, if that's the case, they're not going to hold all your funds from you and put your funds on lockdown. Okay? And 1 minute his account froze, the next minute they took the whole account. By law, they can't just take all your money. You could sue them. So come on, look. I don't even want to do a whole lot of explaining. Y'all got to use better judgment when y'all come across these fast-talking, smooth-talking people on social media. I don't know how he got so many people to begin with. It just don't make sense to me. And I could keep digging. I'm sure I could keep digging and come up with even more documents and proof. I seen somebody else with some other stuff. Like, this is public information, and on top of that, if he was legitimately collecting donations, as far as I know, it seemed as if he has only been collecting donations through Venmo, PayPal, and I believe Cash App. Maybe he probably using some other outlets or platforms to collect donations. But why is he not collecting donations in his nonprofit organization name? See, if I was going to donate to somebody, I'm going to send you a certified check, or, I'm going to send it in your organization name. That way I know you have no choice but to deposit it in that business bank account, which means those funds will be reported. You won't have no choice but to report those funds because it came in your business name. Y'all got to do better, man. Y'all have to do better. And it's still so many people, supporting this nonsense. I think it's a slap in the face for the people who really believed in what he was promising them to help with these young teenage boys who really do need guidance and they need help and they need someone to show they care. It's so many young boys that really do need somebody to stand up. And there's quite a few people that is standing up, but he's not one of them, in my opinion. And y'all need to stop falling for the BS. I don't know how many times y'all got to hear about it. People scamming like he's just a smooth talker. See, what I think is going on, and a lot of people are from these small towns or places where they're just not used to how people be getting over, okay? I'm from a big city. So this type of behavior, somebody smooth talking, is easy to identify. I think that a lot of people that's donated to him must be country bumpkins or something, and they just don't know how these slick, talkers be, okay? He's a smooth talker. And he got over on y'all bed. And with that, he was able to, make y'all think whatever it is. And then, this the biggest thing. This the biggest red flag. The man is, from what I can see, he's a doctor in psychology. I don't even like people that have psychology degrees because, baby, I don't even want to have a conversation with you because I don't know what type of stuff you got going on where you think you're going to get over on me. He smooth talked y'all real good. He's a doctor in psychology. He knew what he was doing. This was a well thought out, premeditated plan to get over on people, and he did it. And if his new scheme that he's online doing right now work, at this point, it's on y'all, and y'all deserve to get got. Y'all deserve it. Because ain't no way. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. That man, they need to investigate him is what needs to happen. If enough complaints go in about him, they're going to investigate everything about him and all the funds that was given to him over the years. Because ain't no bank going to just hold your money for no reason. Even if they suspect that somebody tried to access your account, they would tell you to come into the bank and they're going to issue you whole new accounts, cards, and everything. They're not going to punish you for something you had nothing to do with. No, it's something else going on. Even if they froze the account, it's something he did. Something that wasn't looking right. And the bank probably reported it to the IRS or the authorities that something was going on. If that part is true, because I truly don't believe that anyway. Because I heard someone say that he was saying that he ain't had time to go to the bank. Now, I don't know how true that is. I have heard a couple people say that this morning, and I think last night when they was reporting his behavior, they were saying he said he didn't have time to go to the bank yet. Let me tell you something. If anything happened to my bank account, I don't care what's going on. There's nothing that's going to get in the way of me going to the bank as soon as they open the next morning. If they not open that day, as soon as I wake up, the only thing, I don't want no breakfast. I don't want no coffee. I don't want nothing. I'll be sitting outside the bank with my coffee until they open. Okay? So I'm just saying, y'all got to use better judgment when it comes to these people. Now, I could be wrong. So I'm just gonna put that little clause in there that I could be wrong. But everything is pointing in the direction that I believe. Even ChatGPT, when I just put in basic stuff, they was talking about, even ChatGPT said that it's fishy and he's more than likely he's going to get investigated. And I didn't even tell ChatGPT everything that's going on. It was like they already knew just from all the articles and complaints that people have all on social media and them being able to pull up his tax records and things like that about him. They were saying that it's fishy and it raises eyebrows in the IRS and what they call them watchdogs. That's what they call them with the IRS. The people that sit in the IRS, I guess they sit in the IRS and they look for people who have mismatch or gaps in their income reporting, especially for nonprofit organizations like this. Now, if it's a regular business, that's different. But this is nonprofit. So those funds supposed to be used for certain things and not misappropriated for whatever you want, and you go on vacation and kick your feet up. I'm done with the situation, y'all. If I hear anything else, I'll come back. I've been trying to stay away from this situation for a while because, I've been seeing him on live for years, and I just knew he was a scam artist, but it's popping up everywhere. Everybody is talking about this situation, and I'm like, okay, let me do a little quick dig and see what I can find out about him and his organization, like what's really going on. And within a matter of minutes, I was able to see that what he was talking about was a complete lie. Okay? That man knew he had them fees every year. The city that he live in, or the city where his school is in, the building that he bought, which I believe is Delaware, I'm sure they sent you notices every year of the fees that you need to pay on those two addresses. One being 610 East something and the other one 611 East something. You knew. And now that they're about to take the property, now you getting up here playing it off like they just trying to treat you wrong, or it's some type of prejudice or racism going on. Like, man, go sit down. Y'all, I'm out of here. Bye. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Bye.